Hey guys, how you doing? It is March 9th, 2010, and I'm just going to do a quick update here for you before I head off to town. Got quite a few things to do a little bit later. Um, Actually, my wife and my oldest daughter are going to leave for Belize tomorrow. They're going down to Belize City for a mission project. They're building a school down there. And I'm going to take my daughter out for dinner tonight and spend some time with her, some father-daughter time. Anyway, guys, a few articles here I'd like to read to you. There's one on the state tax revenues plummet by $87 billion. That's with a B. Biggest year-over-year decline in history. Okay, we're talking about state tax revenue. Okay, that means we're doing less spending, and there's less business being done in the states. And also, at the same time, there's a record state tax hikes are in progress. And that just kind of follows suit, doesn't it? You know, if you have the largest plummet in tax revenue, you got to do something to correct that. And the only thing I can think of is tax hikes. And so we're going to see a lot of that, I believe, in the future. Let's see. And I know they're getting tired of that out in California. They're doing a lot of tax hikes there. And you know, they're cutting a lot of services. I'm hearing this a lot in the news that communities are shutting down street lights to save on the electricity. They're shutting library hours, cutting back there. They're laying off teachers. And they're talking about going to a 4-day school week to cut it back even further. And there's an article here also in Patriot Trading Group. It's where I get usually a lot of my news. I get it from other places too, but Detroit looks at downsizing to save the city. It wants to turn vacant lots into farmland. Detroit, the very symbol of American industrial might for most of the 20th century, is drawing up a radical renewal plan that calls for turning large swaths of this now blighted, rusted-out city back into the fields and farmland that existed before the automobile. Interesting. Operating on a scale never before attempted in this country, the city would demolish houses in some of the most desolate sections of Detroit and move residents into stronger neighborhoods. Now that part I don't understand, because they're just going to take that populace and move them. How would they move them? To where? Into stronger neighborhoods, but how are they going to find housing and pay for that housing? Roughly a quarter of the 139 square mile city could go from urban to semi-rural. Okay, and that's just one of the effects of this recovery that we're in. Also, Vineyards. This is kind of an interesting article. Vineyard defaults surge as bargain wines hurt Napa. In California's Napa Valley, producer of the most expensive U.S. wines, 2010 may be a vintage year for foreclosures as the industry is squeezed by falling land values and a consumer shift to cheaper brands. And I think that shift to cheaper brands goes across the board. Cheaper cars, cheaper food, cheaper housing, cheaper everything. Cheaper wines too. As many as 10 wineries and vineyards in Napa will change hands in distressed sales or foreclosures this year and next, up from none in 2008. I do have an idea, not only maybe even go from cheaper wines to just drinking grape juice. It'll save you some money, and it doesn't make you dizzy. And also, you make better decisions. And it doesn't change the way people look either. Gas prices. Also, I noticed this the other day. Where was it? At one of the gas stations on our main highway. Diesel jumped 10 cents a gallon in the last day, I believe, day or two. And that's a pretty good jump. I think that's just kind of what we're going to see here. Prices are going to go up. Taxes definitely got to go up, guys. And so if you find deals, my wife in the last couple days has found some pretty good deals on some clothes and that she picked up, you know, $3 shirts and things. So if you can find good deals on things, go for it. I think that's all I had for today. Hope you guys have a good day. Looks like it's going to be okay today, about 45 they're saying. Partly sunny in northeast Wyoming. You guys have a good day, and I'll probably talk to you maybe even later. Who knows? God bless, guys. Take care.